Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. So, we are heading into the anatomical opera after a little detour last time, and I guess we're going to see where things take us. There's not really anything else to do. Go see Tervantius, say, hey Tervantius, you got something to do. If it says that it's the point of no return, we give him all of our random body parts that we picked up over our time, and yeah, that's about it. So, let's head in and see if Tervantius has anything to say to us. Maybe he has something to say about us arriving with Marazhai. I would imagine he probably has something to say. Yeah, something.
I always keep my options open.
Hello. Tervantius rushes about the laboratory, snatching up certain tools, vials, and notes. He conceals some of these items inside his own body cavities and destroys the rest. Did something happen? The cult of the fatal thirst craves blood specimen. Your blood, my blood, one must be astoundingly insensitive to the vibrations of the dark city not to realize this. The homunculus notices Marazhai. Drakon Azirash, after you went against the Archon of the Reaving Tempest, you decided to violate the wishes of the Archon of the Black Heart as well. You were thrown into the arena to die. You showed wretched incompetence by defying your masters. My presence offends you, I see. Good. Marazhai sneers and looks around. You have made yourself quite comfortable here in the chasm. Is this where you have kept the things that you have dared not bring to the spire of the Reaving Tempest? It must be vexing having to abandon it all as you flee the cult's wrath. One of Tervantius' limbs twitches and strikes blindly. Only Marazhai's reflexes save him from a fatal neck wound, but the homunculus makes no further attempts to attack. He seems to care more about his substances and instruments than the insufferable Cabalite. Why do the witches desire my death? You humiliated them, monkey. Koronus and I agreed that she would send fresh meat against you, but she decided to undermine my authority by sending out her best. You slaughtered them, and so it was the cult's authority that suffered. But who cares about a pathetic monkey? You are my lackey, and thus it is I who is responsible for undermining the cult's authority. You should be more careful what you wish for, Xenos. And it wasn't just enough for you to kill them. You enticed one of the blood-stained proselytes to join the monkey's side. As the entire chasm watched, a slap in the face of the cult wasn't enough for you, so you decided to spit in its face as well. Oh, but there is more. I hope Kikaros and Sinestoria are now writhing in horror at the mere thought that their headless subordinates have lost the Cabalite, who was sentenced to death by Nazrakai himself. First, they decided to play at charity by making me a proselyte, and now they let me slip through their fingers. Oh, I wish I could see the succubus's face when she was given the news. You dispatched me to kill the witches. Are you telling me you did not anticipate such consequences? It was supposed to go differently. Your performance was supposed to be a lesson in respect, not a declaration of war. You would have killed someone unimportant and made the witches' vanity bleed. The witches would have received your head as a salve for their wounded pride. They would have been reminded for a time that I was still someone who could greatly complicate their existence. Instead, you have failed me, all of you. Kikaros did not keep her word, and you did not die in her trap. It is all your fault that things have spiraled out of control. So your original plan would have still had us all dead, you self-desiccated creep. So what's the plan? I will leave the anatomical opera and withdraw to the spire of the Reaving Tempest. The witches won't dare settle their scores under the eye of my patrons, so the Cabal's valuable servant is safe from their ire. As for you, go out into the streets of the chasm and die, or go to the arena and try to kill Kikaros. Even if you succeed, you will still die. The homunculus mutters furiously and haughtily. I should have stopped wasting time on this idiocy long ago. All those pathetic simpletons did was weaken my focus and distract me from my masterpiece. At last I can devote all of myself to it. Marazhai's face suddenly changes, his mocking grin gone. He fixes his gaze on the homunculus. Into the spire of the reaving tempest, to hide under the wing of Iremerus, an Archon fallen into disgrace. What an imprudent choice. You should run away from her and her troubles, unless you are somehow connected to her crime. Cervantes glares at Marazhai. You were not in a position to know about the Archon's plans before, much less now. And so unravel the rotten threads in the tapestry of fate. Alantak, here is the true nature of the Dark Ones, a lie hidden between sweet promises. Having learned from a cruel mistake, I foresaw this outcome. Belated wisdom. Okay. Okay. I don't care about Kikaros. You promised to help me get out of here. You hear mockery in the homunculus's voice. Forget the old promises, monkey. This is war. My loyal servants are being slaughtered across the chasm. I cannot take any more specimens away with me, and the ones I have already packed are far more valuable than you. Don't be such a coward. Let us face them here and kill them, all of them. The homunculus's anxious movements slow to a halt, but the mandibles on his face twitch nervously. An unnecessary risk. This is not a hasty retreat, merely a temporary change of workspace. Cervantes becomes so absorbed in his thoughts that he starts shearing off pieces of his own flesh with his scissor-like claws. Also, I did see that those stairs appear and I'm like, ooh, there was loot up there. Into the arena, the succubi will not pass up this chance to gut you in front of an audience. If you could simply wound Kikaros, it would give us both enough time to escape. For that, I would be willing to sacrifice the deadliest and most valuable specimens in my collection. If you manage to kill her, run. Sinistoria will not let such impertinence go unpunished, and her wrath is 100-fold more dangerous than Kikaros's fury. Do not return to the chasm. You'll find no shelter there. Seek salvation in other spires, and you may prolong your agony for a short time. Jai turns to you for a grim smile on her face. Well, Shireen, I don't know if we should be celebrating our victory or our final moments. One way or another, we'd better get sloshed. No time like the present. Let's head straight to our hideout at the Shrieker's Den. Okay. Well, I guess this is a good time to give you the materials. It doesn't sound like you're going to be around much longer. Here you go. The homunculus takes through the chunks of flesh with enthusiasm of a hungry vulture. Finally he snaps. Good materials, good specimen, bring me more. Okay. Oh, he just takes everything. Okay, wonderful. See ya. So what's that quest we just got? So finish off the witch Kikaros and reunion party. We should hold a party for the reunion of our small squad. Alright, sure. Sure, not really the time or the place, but whatever. Let's grab some goods. I don't know why this appeared, like why this came down, but, you know, thank you for the goods, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Always keep your
But
eye
it
on
only
the prize.
gave us one of these, and on the other side, oh, never mind, the other side stairs also came down. Why? I'm not entirely sure. You know? Execution Engine Master, what does that mean? What's an execution engine? What's this? Torture device is locked and sealed. Okay. The thick walls of this container were clearly designed to hold something extremely dangerous.
Is there money to be made?
That looks interesting. Nope. Nope, I was wrong. That is not interesting at all. Okay, well, cool, let's save. I guess we'll head back and we'll have our party? Activate the switch. Okay. Oh, this gives us access to other
Keep
areas.
your wits about you.
Okay, interesting. Do these all just have like basic goods in them? Of course. Ooh, never mind. Homunculus's prism. It has no visible seams, buttons, or holes. Speed of might. If the wearer has 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, they gain 30% damage for the rest of combat. I don't know how we would do that. Wearer gains 10 agility and fellowship. Whenever the wearer's wounds would decrease to 0 for the first time in combat, they are restored up to 50% instead. Increases ranged attack distance by the wearer's ballistic skill divided by 2 cells. Okay, interesting. Well, you're the obvious choice, I think, for the fellowship thing. Is it better than the Scarlet Signet of the Inquisition? Probably not. Okay. And then the ranged attack thing, it goes in the same slot, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a use for it right now. I can see how you could have a use for it. Like if you had a pistol user, you could do some incredible things, but... Anyway. What's it? Oh, the last one doesn't do anything? Oh.
I always have a backup plan.
That's fine. What have we got? At the start of combat, the wearer inflicts bleeding on themselves. Whenever the wearer performs an area melee attack, they inflict bleeding on all hit creatures. This area melee attack also deals 5 times the wearer's bleeding level % additional damage. We don't have area attacks for him. Although I guess we could get them by giving him a 2-handed sword, but we'll see. There was a suggestion made that potentially it would be better to give him the 2-handed weapon for Killing Blow. The reason I like having the multiple weapons is because I think we can charge up that 4% extra damage that keeps stacking. But I could definitely see where, if the fight isn't going to last very long, just going 2-handed hit for as much damage as possible might end up being better, but we'll see. Whenever the wearer dodges an attack, they become priority target for the attacker until the next turn. No. I think this is all fine. Yeah, none of it's stuff I want to use.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay. At least it's stuff. You know, I take solace in the fact that we did actually get things. Alright. Just random loot. It's so weird that it's just like, hey, now you can have some loot. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. I guess the logic is that he's packing up, right? Oh wait, no, we got the cube as well. Let me go back in there. If you put me in a conversation, I'm going to be very unhappy, game. So I want to go immediately back in there with the cube. So I suddenly thought, wait, maybe the cube goes in the purple thing? Alright. At least it did immediately put me in a conversation, but it also put me in a conversation that I could exit out of. Yeah. I forgot we have the cube, which I don't know what it does. We should figure out that first before leaving. Okay. Yeah.
Is there
Cube.
money to be made?
Okay, do you know what the cube does? Nope. Okay. Head up here. Assuming this is the cube
Keep your
thing.
wits about
Nope.
you.
That's not anything I can use. Nope. Nope. Okay, I'm going to give up on the cube in a second. I just wanted to have a look around first.
Rise to the top.
Yeah, just a weird
or
cube.
get left in
We
the
do have it,
dust.
right? No visible seams, buttons, or holes. It's just a prism-shaped Xeno artifact. It's not material? Nope. Okay. Dunno. It's a cube.
Let us not dawdle.
That's, I guess, all we're going to get out of that. Okay. We could have apparently carried on, but whatever. I'm happy that I checked. Because now we're not going to be like, what does the prism do? We'll just be like, I'm sure the game will tell us when we get there. Okay. And we're almost there. Last little bit. Cool. You have insulted the cult of the fatal thirst outside you. You've insulted the fighting pit itself. The witches are longing for you to die.
Your pain.
Okay. This is a little bit of a awkward fight for us, but that's okay. Awkward is fine. We probably want to be here. Earliet, how far down are you? Not as far down as you would think. Yeah, so I think you kind of want to be here. Marazhai goes really early. I think Marazhai is going to do great in this group. I think he's going to have a fantastic time. Ulfar is going to be, I think, over here, aiming to go for those guys. And then Abelard is going to be, well, almost exactly where he is, but just a couple steps to the side, trying to block them coming around this way. Maybe here. And then Jai. I kind of want her back here as well. I want her in the safety zone. Wonderful. Start the battle. So, immediately, rear, well, it's going to be here. Front line. I think this has to be front line.
On it.
There we go. I'm also going to put the kill thing on that bit. Backline is going to be there. Although backline here could be pretty good because that would give him more dodge. But I think we're going to do backline here.
I'll see to it personally.
Just in order to give Jai a way to survive. I think if we were in a more front to back thing, we could definitely give Marazhai the backline. But yeah, we kind of want to give
it's as good as done.
That to Jai right now. Let's do joint analysis. Give some flat damage to our party members. Then do I just want to shoot like this? Yeah.
I'll see to it personally. Enemy down.
I did actually end up shooting Ulfar twice, but that's okay. I didn't expect them to die so easily. Okay. How do we start here? So we start with a joyful torture.
With grace and manners.
Nice. So then we go here. Breakthrough.
Don't distract me.
Okay. Then do slash to go here.
What? You call this a strike?
Then stab.
With grace and manners.
Stab. Slash. Yeah, no, I should have slashed through first. Yeah. Yeah, I messed that up. What I should have done is slash in, hit, slash through, hit. That would have been better. That would have given me more stacks. Okay. Also, where are my stacks for doing the damage? There's power from pain. I should get stacks for each thing I kill, right? Thanks to... Maybe it gives me at the end of combat. Not end of combat, end of the turn. But I should get stacks due to killing spree. And if you hit an opening, increases damage by 3%. It used to be 4%. Agi bonus divided by 2. I guess our Agi dropped by 5. Oh, when we're in base, our Agi is 80 because we have Argenta. Ah, okay. We could have maybe done with the extra AP as well. Now that we've seen it turn play out, but you know what can we do? Ulfar. I'm definitely thinking, yeah, take a step forward here. I do go for the throat.
Cubs play.
Nice.
Your skill is lacking.
Kick.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
I don't know if this was right. Reckless Rush.
Reign.
We have a lot of stacks of, yeah, we have a lot of stacks of versatility already. Go here. Shoot.
I hunger for battle.
Nice. How much does this cost? This is free, so it gives us another attack for free. Run up. Wildfire. That then gives us another attack.
I have become the
Wonderful.
Worthy instrument!
Okay, I don't know if that was good, but that seemed good.
Feel the icy
Oh.
dark in disgrace!
Wonderful. Grotesque. Abelard gets a hit in. Jai dodges thanks to the extra dodge.
We are the bane of lesser
Nice.
creatures.
Okay, good dodges. We're going to be getting that too fast to die pop up a lot. Okay, do we have anything we want to kill? So Grotesque is a 3. That's the only one that really needs to be Prey.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Then we're going to go
If
Prey
it serves your cause.
and Prey.
If I must.
Okay. Kill.
Another soul slipped beyond the
You
veil.
rusting, stinking
I keep
sons
accidentally
of
shooting him.
trolls!
Oh no. Shoot.
This tedium has been...
Nice. Okay. I don't have another shot, so I guess we'll just simply do
If it
increase there
serves your cause.
and
I
target it.
understand your intent.
Cool. Nice parry.
Awaits.
He again got hit.
My Keramite hide is strong!
Okay. Abelard. Hit him.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
Okay.
It
Charge.
will be done. I will do my duty.
One of those. One of those. And that'll do. Jai. Let's buff Marazhai a little bit here. Then let's set that as a target. Actually, this one is a target.
cocky.
Then finest hour Marazhai.
Wanna see a trick?
I just want to play a turn out again. So let's hurt ourselves again. Wait, no, because we don't need to do this because he's already bleeding, right? So that's already set up. There's no opening on this guy? I see there's no openings on any of them. Do I need to do an opening thing? Maybe it's because it's not really his turn. I didn't get the openings. Are there openings on anyone else? No. Yeah, so it must be because this isn't really his turn. That must be a weird thing with assassins. Okay. I also should be trying to use Killing Edge if I can, instead of doing a normal attack. I understand what I'm getting wrong here. So let's go here. Aim for an
I
opening.
will savor your delectable angry.
I maybe should have just killed this guy. I think I misplayed that as well. Yep, I'm definitely sure I misplayed that. Right, let's go here. Kill.
I'm done playing with you.
Okay. Dash. Back
No.
here. Okay. Then we want to use probably just probably a Killing Edge. That's good damage. Okay, I see what you're meant to do. Why did I not get another dash? After the first use, you can use this ability again for free. Except
No.
I'm not allowed to use it again. I am allowed to do another Killing Edge if I want to. Yeah, I don't really understand what I'm doing. Shoot him.
Distract. A perfect killing strike.
Yes, that was what I meant to do all along. Wonderful. Give Abelard another turn. Okay. It's the nice thing is, because she's gained so much momentum, she has so much tactical advantage we can use to give people buffs if we want to. Right, hit. Nice. Could use this and just continue hitting.
No matter
You know,
the cost.
back to old
I'd rather
strategies. There we go.
Indeed. Someone else
And
can
again.
do this.
And again.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Nice. As I said, back to old strategies. Just use Abelard and get him to hit them. Right,
It will
hit
be
him.
done.
That's fine. He's had enough turn. Okay.
I'll make it happen.
There we go. Shoot. End
Not
turn.
enough.
Get here. Dash.
Slow and painful is the way.
Dash. So I should probably do like elusive shadow.
Watch.
And then I'm sure this should do more damage. Okay, let's do this. Then hit.
It is.
Yeah, that is 184. That does do more damage. Okay. The already familiar baritone calls out to you from the shadows. The key unlocks a door that then will lead to one that only happenstance will free. Your chance I'll be, to me the bolts will seat. Your part comes next, to break the bonds and flee. To you, the merchant vagabond, I bring the gift of providence, but will you look? Okay, let me go back to the start bit. The key unlocks a door that will then lead to one that only happenstance will free. Your chance I'll be, to me the bolts will seed. Your part comes next, to break the bonds and flee. Okay. So, the key unlocks a door that then will lead to the one that happenstance will free. Okay. So, the key unlocks a door that will then be opportunistically available. Then we'll come to the Nocturne of Oblivion, and people will stop shooting because he'll be there. Then we need to break our bonds and run while they're distracted. At the sight of Marazhai, the Harlequin lets out a nasty chuckle. The trapper caught in the snares of his own make. The plotting of your play was up to snuff, but Nazrakai rewrote the denouement, decided in the darkness of the wings, amidst the somber spires and hunter's game. 'Tis wise to stop and once more check your knives, for that which glittered in your hand before, you may now find a twinkling in your back. Okay. Marazhai is squirming with rage. He does not dare to unleash on the Harlequin here and now. He hisses through his clenched teeth. All who have taken part in my downfall will be exterminated. And sooner than you thought, my merchant thief. Just like a drop of ink you fell upon, the page before this play's dramatic end, where in your own kin's blood you shall see shed. Perform the lines required, and vengeance will descend upon the stage and play its part. Then away from spires on merchant's trail, across the worlds on a perilous road you'll tread, and death you'll find there, else a path to remedy your second enemy. My merchant thief. That's what he's calling Marazhai, which is interesting. Just like a drop of... I assume that's what he's calling... So, all of taking part in my downfall be exterminated, and sooner than you thought, my merchant thief. Yeah. Just like a drop of ink you fell upon, where the page before this play's dramatic end, where in your own kin's blood you will see and shed. So yeah, that's obviously a sister. Form the lines required, and vengeance will descend upon the stage and play its part. Keep going, what you want will happen. Then, away from the spires on Merchant's Trail, so that'll be on our trail, across the worlds, a perilous road you'll tread, so that's saying that they're going with us, across worlds, and death you will find there, or else a path to remedy your second enemy. Okay, you'll either die, or you'll find a path to get rid of his second enemy, whoever that is. Marazhai digests the Harlequin's words in silence. At last a shadow of the usual smirk flashes on his face. I hear you, Arbenian. Okay. You've helped me more than once already, I am listening. Both opening and warning is my boon. Your fate hangs by a thread drawn breaking tight, but with a show of patience opportune, the merchant's certain death will turn to flight. Okay. Both opening and warning is my boon. If your thread hangs by your fate hangs by a thread drawn breaking tight, the show of patience opportune, certain death will turn to flight. Okay. So he's giving us an opening and a warning. So he's giving us, you know, a warning, and he's telling us that at some point he will give us the opportunity to free ourselves. But it's you know, 50-50 on whether it'll work. If we wait, then our certain death will not be certain death. We will get an opportunity to escape. You stride not into battle, but a snare. So, you're not going into battle, you're going into a trap. Of guile and strife, a neatly woven net, Lust's mistress lifts her sword into the air, and baying for your blood her pact does set. So dance a ring around oblivion, await a sign from night's own melody. Catch sight of it, and then make haste be gone. One yawning mouth, one leap, to set you free. Okay, I'm not reading the right-hand side. But basically, we're going into a trap. Well, which is all trickery. Lust's mistress is one of the witches. Baying for your blood, her pact is set, so she's going to lift her sword and set all of her people upon us. Dance a ring around oblivion. Await a sign from night's own melody. Stall. Catch sight of it. It's stall until you see something. And then, or until you see something from this guy, then escape. Okay. One yawning mouth, one leap to set you free. Go through whatever he opens. Let's see what it says. So Koronus is planning to kill me in the next fight, but you're ready to effect my escape. All I must do is survive the arena, wait for your sign, then run. You cannot possibly mean into a literal mouth, so it must be to leap into a portal of some kind. Do I have that right? Cool. The Harlequin sweeps into a low bow, like an actor who has performed before a true lover of high art. He seems satisfied with your answer. The Xenos lays a finger over the mute lips of his mask and vanishes, as if to convey that your conversation is a great secret known only to the two of you. What was the weird... Did you hear that weird voice there? Dark Lance. Interesting. We'll have it. Okay. But that weird breathing. I think it was one of the... yeah, I think it was one of the guys dying. It was just very weird.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Wait, can we use the Dark Lance? What's our strength? Our strength is 40. We can almost use the Dark Lance. Almost. I don't need 2. That much I can tell you for free. Right. Let's head back this way. Not going into the arena. I'm going to go round here and we're going to head back for our party. Because Jai says it's time for a party. So obviously we're going to have a party. Who is making these noises? I guess it's the resistance fighters making the noises.
My options open.
Okay. Well, anyway. Carrying on. Yeah. I'm kind of looking at our party thinking, I don't know how to use any of these guys to their full effect yet. I'm just pressing buttons. We seem to do fine in the last fight, just pressing buttons, but I'm still not sure what we're actually doing. But that's okay. We'll get there. We're learning. You wish to hold a party?
Yes?
Didn't you say something about getting sloshed once we're back at the hideout? The atmosphere in the lair is one of false excitement. The faces are sour, the smiles forced, and even the bottles of booze dotted about seem to gleam with insincerity. One of those in attendance, a man whose face is cross-hatched with scars, glances at Jai with undisguised skepticism. Shireen, the spectators in the arena won't ever forget our bloody spectacle. We couldn't have been more memorable if we tattooed our names right on their eyeballs. The dark city trembles before us, and we simply must honor the heroes of the hour. Jai's ebullient words ring out in the joyless, dank silence. The taste of dark despair in the air. Do all your celebrations taste as sweet as this? The Xenos' question seems sincere rather than mocking. He genuinely wishes to know the answer. A celebration sounds good. Let's enjoy ourselves. Brothers and sisters in arms, let us raise our glasses, and may what splashes in them wash the sorrow from our souls, as clear waters wash the dirt and sand from the body of a weary traveller to whom the Exalted One has sent an oasis glittering with crystal streams. Everyone raises their cups in a determined show of enthusiasm. You hear a few snippets of laughter that seem to be on the verge of turning into sobs. Jai herself flashes a dazzling smile as genuine as the gems of an Underhive merchant. Her eyes resemble two dark pools that have frozen solid. Next line. After draining his cup and clearing his throat, Abelard says with studied joviality, "I know one shanty that always goes down a treat at parties." He looks at the grim countenances around him and seems to lose heart. "But it's only a favourite among voidsmen, I dare say. Not a good choice for present company." Well, if we were doomed to die, we might as well enjoy ourselves one last time. Malice used to say the same thing. Live it up, you'll be dead soon. The muttering of the grim captive dispels the ghost of false merriment haunting the lair, like a rite of exorcism. Friends, comrades in arms, and those who the Ashai's harsh captivity has thrown together with us. A great wise man once said that a human life is like a cruel desert, with one lifeless dune appearing after another. That is the joke the universe plays on us, but the Exalted One does not abide those who mock his children, and that is why he gifted us with the water of cold springs, green grasses, and the shade of the sprawling limbed trees. He who has faith in him will reach that blessed oasis to find the world's cruelty, and today we... The marked prisoner scoffs. Listening to you leaves my ears in knots. Some kind of lady, are you? Only the great and good refuse to recognize death when it looks them in the eye. They believe in their own luck to the very end. I'll have you no ill fate, smirked man, that I am a princess of the distant world of F. Jai breaks off and then with crooked smile says, I'm no damn lady, I'm a low-born rat, same as you. Rumbling Ulfar declares in a consoling tone, Among worthy warriors, valor is not measured based on the glory of our ancestors, but on our own deeds. Sure they do. If you're an angel of the Exalted One, you can ignore parentage completely. Too bad I'm not one of you. Hey, where's all this doom and gloom coming from? Leave it, Marazhai. These people do not want to feel joy. You know what? Screw the lot of you. I've seen better morale at the bottom of a half-flooded trench. If you want to harp on about how you'll all be killed soon, fill your boots. Me, I'd rather go and kill someone else. I am beginning to discern the different shades of monkey emotions. That seemed like anger, but it was actually closer to despair. She feels afraid and alone. Okay. Well, that wasn't great. Where did she go? Wait, did she go? She's still here, right? I can't move. Okay, I wasn't controlling me. That explains why I could not move. Oh my god, she went off by herself. Okay. I did forget something last time as well. I wanted to speak to Marazhai. So let's go see if Marazhai will speak to us. Oh, wow. We got a lot to speak to him about. Marazhai Zirash stares down at you from his formidable height. His head slightly tilted to one side. The lean, wiry Xenos is encased in black armor. Not even a sliver of a gap has been left between his tightly fitting plates, which bristle with the mutely gleaming barbs and hooks. Set in a white face, straighted with crimson tattoos, dark eyes devour you, burning with predatory, malevolent interest. I want to know what happened before you took me to Komarag.
You want to know how and to what end I orchestrated all of this? Ask your questions.
Why did you kidnap me?
When Irimaris ordered us to lay waste to the monkey settlements, Tazara and I encountered resistance. I have hunted your kin too long not to notice how well you in particular were fending off our attacks. The rout in Tazara's arena, the appearance at the plundered vessel. Your kind are usually powerless against us, but not on that occasion. I began to suspect that you could not have managed it without outside help. Help from our side. I began sending out spies and assassins. My eyes and ears infiltrated your vessel, your cities, and they discovered a trail that led back to one of your worlds. A trail that ended with a burned monkey, the source of the information about where and when my cabal was going to strike. A little trickery to draw you away from the planet. And I had your little informant in my grasp. How the information was reaching his agents, the burned monkey himself did not even know. But based on the units involved and other details, it was clear. No monkey in real space could have gathered such specifics about raid complements and objectives. No, it was inconceivable. The information was being fed to you by my own kind, and I knew who. Irimaris Aziriesh, Archon of the Reaving Tempest, my former mistress. A cowardly bitch who punishes anyone who threatens her grip on power. I knew that to win a war against her, I would need the support of the Reaving Tempest's patron, the Cabal of the Black Heart. So I allied with Nazrake, who presided over the trial. I promised him that Irimaris would be humiliated. I promised him evidence. A lowly monkey that would disgrace Irimaris in the eyes of the Archons. For that performance, I needed you.
Okay, well that all makes a lot of sense. It puts a lot of things in context. You have spies aboard my ship? I mean, the thing that doesn't make a lot of sense, right, is that they keep saying my burned monkey, and it kind of implies that Achilles died during the attack on Dargonus. But, like, he didn't. But I guess he did, for the purposes of the story. But a lot of it implies that he died then. But he didn't, because he was around afterwards. But that might just be non-canon, I guess. Anyway, you have spies aboard my ship?
Of course. If I'm not mistaken, you met the infiltrator yourself. A Cabalite who left a lava from Tavantius in one of the monkey. Or did you never work out the reason for the treachery during the raid on your ship so long ago now? Then there is no need for me to mention the sleeper agents hidden on your worlds.
Yeah, so we do remember that, yeah, because we remember... Yeah, we remember the raid and that person who had betrayed us but didn't know he was betraying us because he thought something else was happening. Okay. That all makes sense now. What agreement did you make with Nazrake?
Overthrowing an Archon is far from easy, even one who has already tarnished her reputation. Every member of a Cabal has their supporters, and Irimaris is no exception. Nazrake promised me a sham trial in the Obsidian Court with a predetermined outcome. Irimaris should have been convicted and dethroned. I was supposed to take her place and turn the Reaving Tempest into a loyal vassal of the Black Heart. Nazrake was supposed to be the axe that fell on her neck. But it fell on mine instead. It was devious and worthy of praise, but why? A secret pact with Irimaris, or is there another reason? I will tear the answer from his throat along with his final breath. It must be said that Nazrake did not have to try very hard to turn the court against me. Not after the stunt you pulled before the assembled Archons.
The tribunal, what was that about? I was being tried by the Inquisitor and Heinrichs and Theodora were there. Why?
Who? I have no idea what you saw in your stupor. The homunculus's creature does not elicit specific images. It muddles your mind, forcing it to paint suitable pictures evoking confusion or fear. Neither Tavantius nor I care about fussy monkey rituals. The lava must have created a suitable environment for you, one in which you would be more willing to answer my questions in the Obsidian Court.
What were you and Tazara doing in my protectorate?
What do any of my kind do in real space? We were reaping. Kamara was clamoring for meat. The Dark City had suffered losses in the latest disjunction. We needed sources of sweet pain to prime its minds and bodies. When the Archon bade my cabal collect the harvest from the region, I did not suspect that it would turn into this game between you and me.
You and Erliette conspiring together. How did that come about?
Conspiring? No. There was no plot between us. She merely rushed to my bait. At first, I planned to use the one you trusted, the burned monkey with whom we had spent long hours awaiting your arrival. But my cousin was so swift. Afterward, she tracked down the monkey, killed him, and took the device that he had been using to contact me.
Okay, so no, he didn't die in the initial raid on Dargonis. He was turned during the initial raids on Dargonis, potentially. Okay, because we never actually got the message about him dying, so he must have died after we were caught. That must be what it's saying, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's not worth it. I'll stop worrying about it.
I planted the first poisoned seeds in her soul back at our first meeting. I dropped a hint that I knew what had become of her world. I lured her in and left her with you. Time took care of the rest. That and an unpleasant discovery aboard your own ship.
Oh, okay, right. So he was going to use her. Erliette killed Achilles, got the message, and then we went off. So he died, but he died like right before we left, but we didn't know that. I now understand the timeline. I understand what's happening. We probably had this explained before, but I just want to get it straight in my head.
I did not ask her to hand you over to me. No, doing that would have made my poor cousin doubt herself even more than she was already. I simply told her where to seek out the traces of her craft world and the answers to her questions. A favor for a kinswoman, nothing more. And then I made ready for your arrival. For the only way she would reach that place was with you.
I cannot believe that Achilles betrayed humanity.
When a monkey is left alone with me and my art of pain, I plunge them into a deep well of suffering from which they will do anything to escape. Your kind have fragile souls. Your convictions and principles are a delusion that lends a mirage of meaning to your lives. Achilles and I had plenty of time alone together before your arrival. When he went out to meet you, he was already mine. I bought his loyalty with a promise to never touch his body or his mind ever again.
Okay, but still, what do you know about Earliette's craft world?
I know it exists. I know that my cabal found it, helpless and stationary, unable to protect its sons and daughters. I know that Iliad's kin began showing up as prisoners in the Reaving Tempest's spire, where they were fonts of exquisite, delightful pain. I spent too much time beyond the limits of our home to learn more than that. But that was enough to tempt Iliad with false hope.
So you had no intention of helping Iliad?
Why do you say that? I promised to reunite her with her kin. A long-awaited reunion in a torture chamber. I find that very touching. They would have had so much to discuss. But there would have been time for fun as well. We cousins get together so rarely, after all.
I'm tempted to say 2 here, but, you know, we already have, like, most of the party wanting to kill Marazhai. So I'm going to say nothing, just to not add another definite yes to the kill Marazhai column.
Is there anything else?
What were those creatures with you when you captured me?
Mandrakes. A foul breed that lurks in the bowels of Camorra. Their ability to find paths through the shadows was put to good use. I promised them forbidden trophies from the Reaving Tempest's coffers once I am Archon.
Marazhai hesitates and gestures to indicate he has finished speaking. You made promise to the mandrakes that you cannot keep. Aren't you afraid of retribution?
Let them come for what they're owed. They will regret it.
Despite his self-assured words, concern brings a furrow to Marazhai's brow. The theft of Rykad's son, was that your doing?
Did you not hear me when I answered you the first time? I do not like to repeat myself.
I don't remember. I'm sorry. That's enough.
Then what else do you need?
What happened to you after the trial?
I was handed over to the witch cult to do with as they wished. First, they made me fight the dregs in the arena, and then, once they'd had their fill of my debasement, I was granted entry into the blood-stained proselytes.
What did you hope to gain by agreeing to become a proselyte?
The continuation of my existence. When I lost my standing, I became fair game for anyone tempted by the prospect of slaying a disgraced Cabalite, for vengeance or just for the pleasure of the kill. In Camorra, a lone Drukhari is a target. My talents may be prodigious, but I held no illusions about my chances.
You did not find much favour among the witchers, it seems.
You cannot hope to understand the intricacies of Camorra and how it is structured. We are all each other's allies and worst enemies here. Towers of strength and duplicitous traitors both. The cults have always been half a step below the cabals in the hierarchy, and the witches relished the chance to abuse someone who once looked down on them.
That will do.
If our conversation is finished...
When given the chance to join me, you took it readily. That surprised me.
I had no intention of ending my days playing the role of meat in the arena. And then you blithely offered me an alliance after what I'd done to you. Why?
I value good fighters. You are one.
That is true. But I'm not merely a hireling. It is strange you did not consider that when you offered me an alliance. But it does not matter.
Tell me about Komarag.
The Dark City is the bastion of the Drukhari, the most magnificent of all our strongholds. The cabals, witch cults, and the incubi inhabit the place, with swarms of scourges flying overhead and a myriad of misfits and horrors, including the covens of the homunculi wallowing underfoot. Which do you want to know about?
You're from a Drukhari Cabal, correct?
The Cabals are the foundation upon which rests the power of the one who rules Camorra, as Drubile Vect. Whether it is a mob of berserkers or an organized cartel, their essence is the same. An army of killers, ready to ravage entire worlds at the behest of their leaders, or to rip out the throats of a neighboring cabal in a war declared by the Archons.
I wish to know more about the witch cults.
What more do you need to know that you have not already beheld with your own eyes? They are the mistresses of the arenas, and they're the gladiators who feed the audience in their ravenous agony with exquisite spectacles. Cults often travel to real space on the Cabal's raids to revel in the pain and to capture fresh meat for their arenas.
What are the incubi orders?
The aloof incubi. They dedicate their lives to the art of killing, so much so that they do not plot or chase after delicious torment. All their hatred and longing for suffering are channeled toward perfecting their skill.
Tell me about the scourges.
Winged Drukhari, who have chosen to go through an agonizing process to become such a monstrosity. They escort raiding ships and inflict the first strike on the enemy. In Camorra, these creatures huddled in flocks so that they do not fall victim to the more formidable of their kin.
Okay, so that was what attacked us. I'm interested in the homunculi covens.
Artists of the flesh who prefer to hide away in their laboratories and create nightmares from the materials their servants supply. Engines of pain, grotesques, racks, all are the fruits of their subtle craft.
That will do. Marazhai nods, his eyes boring into you. Any thoughts on how we can escape this place?
On a mountain of bodies, bathing in our enemies' tears and blood. Do not deceive yourself by thinking we will escape this place alive without violence. I, for one, hope that there will be plenty of it. But there is one unfortunate detail. An Arabenian has stepped into your path, one of Kegarak's tribe, who lurk in the tangle of the webway. I've heard them called Harlequins in your tongue. The one that appeared in the Obsidian Court is the most dangerous and unpredictable of all. I'm beginning to think that his visit is a sign that the events unfolding around us have not been left to chance. Perhaps they are the result of interference at the behest of the highest authority.
So there could be a plot under the plot that we are now found ourselves embroiled in. His plot, Marazhai's plot, could all have been a plot of somebody even further down the line. Okay. Cool. My companions have made no further attempts to kill you?
They have not, to my deepest regret. Perhaps it is I who should try to show some initiative now.
See ya.
Do not keep me waiting too long. My weapon is tired of languishing in its sheath.
Alright. Well, there's definitely something I want to do before we end the episode today, which is go find Jai. So let's see if that's even possible. So, sure. Probably that. Let's go. Okay. Let's see if we can find her. I'm assuming it will be easy, because she'll be in the area outside. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she's just gone forever. That would be bad. Oh, hello. You find Jai surrounded by three strangers who may as well have bad news scrawled across their foreheads. The thuggish men exchange nasty grins as they cluster around her. You're not going to hurt a defenseless girl, are you? Jai's voice sounds strangely conciliatory. Or, you're right, but you'll like it. The ringleader gives her a lecherous wink. Wait silently. Yup. A lightning-fast attack blows off half of the thug ringleader's skull before he can let out so much of a squeak. The other two goggle at Jai in shock, who is pointing her weapon at one of the two. She blandly repeats her question. You're not going to hurt a defenseless girl, are you?
Of course not. We'll probably just go.
The second thug's head explodes. Jai now looks at the final man as calmly and coolly as before. What's it going to be, big man? You're not going to hurt a defenseless girl, are you? The louse falls, trembling to his knees.
Please don't kill.
He does not get the chance to finish. Jai silently stands over the three bodies, her expression unwavering, her lips pressed tightly together. Who were they? Just some ash mags looking for easy prey. They didn't find it. You alright? Jai's cold gaze cuts to you. No, Marazhai, I'm not bloody alright. We've landed in the worst smelling shit pile in the universe. This place isn't just threatening our lives, it's gutting our souls. And for the first time in years, I mean bloody years, I've lost all hope. Jai's voice is hard and her eyes are black pools of ice. Big cracks are forming and you can hear the whispers of terror that break through to the surface. You know I don't give a shit about a bloody party, right? That scissor-fingered creep just hasn't mutilated my body, he's mutilated the life I've spent so long building. Years of games, deceit and subterfuge of telling myself that I do deserve more than a squalid death in the gutter, and he went and disemboweled it and turned everything inside out in a couple of hours. Without that life, who am I? What do I look like to people? Back to being scum, only entitled to scraps. I've lost my golden mask, and without it, life is the same old shit as before. You have never given a damn about the rules or expectations. You never fitted the mold of a princess or a deserter. You were simply Jai Hadari. Jai smiles thinly, but the darkness recedes slightly from her eyes. You can see through any mask, Marazhai. You're right. That's the one thing I can't change about myself. I'm Jai Hadari, and I love rebelling against norms under any guise. I need you in my party. Fight at my side. Sir, yes sir. Jai Hadari, standing ready for orders. Wonderful.
Keep your wits about
get out
you.
of the firing range. Well, we have our party together. Just check our formation. It's this, although I'm not really sure about our formation in general. Right. Let's move ourselves out a little bit.
Let us not dawdle.
Cool. Quick save, and we're going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, it's back to the arena, and it sounds like we're reaching the kind of conclusion of where Act 3 is going to go. Because it sounds like we go to the arena, and then it's like a set piece out of here. But maybe I'm wrong. Also, I don't know if this is the end of Act 3. I kind of assume that this is the end of Act 3. Like, Act 3 is going to be us here. But I have no idea. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.